Yes. Super Mario RPG, the only game that makes you fight a fucking egg. I planned to play this game a while back, but I decided to play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon instead, so I never got around to playing this until now. Due to my freaking Mario RPG playthroughs, I just figured, why not play this now? This was no different, actually. I thought it was pretty fun like usual. Alright, we'll start off with my negatives, then I'll get to my positives. Let's get started. Alright, there really isn't much negatives here, it's just more things that I didn't like and just negative parts of my experience. Bowser's Keep was an annoying final dungeon. The action rooms were the only good ones. I am a huge puzzle hater, and the battle rooms were long and boring, so they were just so easy. I also think the story is kind of weak. They changed it up with Bowser not being the main villain, but it still feels the same as usual. Collect 7 stars and stop evil, with not much plot happening in between the star journeys themselves. I guess you could call them chapters, but who cares? You know, if I had a nickel for every time a Mario RPG made you collect 7 star MacGuffins, I'd have 3 fucking nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that's happened 3 times. And I'm not sure if the Mario and Luigi games make you do that, because I've only played Brothership. And I really just want to complain about the journey to the 6th star specifically. Why is it so long compared to everything else in the game? It genuinely takes up the length of a full 1000-year door chapter, which is absolutely diabolical. I also just hated the barrel volcano. That dungeon actually sucks. There's a stupid fucking bridge that is actually dumb because of depth perception, which is easily the worst part of the game, which makes platforming quite annoying. I'll play a quick clip from RT Game's video on the game.
Depth perception is my passion. Oh, you're kidding me. The depth perception has to be like the worst part of this game.
Yeah, it wasn't that fun to say the least, but that wasn't it. I thought the dragon was the last boss of that dungeon, but then these stupid fucking axe people came in because I didn't want to backtrack to refill the crazy amount of items I used. I went to these guys and got absolutely destroyed by their stupid fucking magic spam. They were easy after I came back prepared, but it definitely left a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm going to be honest here, that's all for the negatives. This game really just doesn't have that much. On to the positives. Yeah, this is gonna be a quick one. This game doesn't really have that much to offer, so yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of good things that this game does, like being pretty fucking funny. This game has a whole lot of them, have funny moments, whether it be Booster's Tower, the stupid cake boss, or the Nimbus statue minigame. The game also just has great allies. There really isn't a single bad ally in this game. I didn't like Mallow all that much, but that's because he didn't fit my playstyle at all. And I still used him for his thought peak skill. If anything, Mario's debatably the worst one there. Which is like, never happened. It was just very weird. There's also this game's battling, which is just pure fun. All of the special skills are really cool, especially Geno's, and I like how nearly all of them are useful, besides Bowser's for some reason. I used him a lot to his tankiness, but I was quite disappointed by how useless his specials were. Even though I just said how the story was a weak point in the game, I think it's made up for the fun dialogue. I know I said funny moments just like 5 seconds ago, but seeing stuff like Mario explaining things, Mallow not recognizing that he's the frickin' prince when Valentina says his name, or Booster being the biggest dumbass of all time, I actually enjoyed reading dialogue in this game, which doesn't happen often. I also enjoyed the quick pacing of this game, for the most part. I just wish they distributed it a bit better towards the end. I also really just liked some boss fights in general. Bowsy, the squid and the sunken ship, Jonathan Jones, and even the fucking cake were all really fun fights. I also enjoyed the silly little mini-games like the Midas River and Minecart ones. And I just gotta give props to the awesome end credits scene. I love how it switches from the original SNES credits to the remake once Jones comes in. And I skipped to the final boss here for reasons. I got so many clips from this game but ended up using like barely any of them. Come on, man. Whatever. It's time for my final thoughts. This game is kind of short, so I couldn't really think of much negatives, which is really good for obvious reasons. I just had a really good time nearly the entire way through. I don't really have much else to say. Honestly, for the final score, I'm actually very conflicted. I'm in the range from 7.5 to 8.5, but I think the best thing to do is just go down the middle of that range and give this game an 8. That's the end. Thanks for watching. Peace. It's real! This is from RPG, bro. This is insane.